With the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Making it up as I go. Welcome to another edition of Fit and Fire, your home for guns and gear and the fitness to run both. I'm Mark, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. So back in September, I sent an email off to a certain firearms company to get a voluntary upgrade taken care of. It took until the middle of December. As a matter of fact, the day that I was leaving for vacation, I was on the road on I-70 heading west to Colorado, and I heard my phone chime. Had the wife take a look at it, and it was the email from said firearms company emailing me the mailing label to send this off. I was on vacation. There was nothing I could do, so I had to wait until I came back. Sent it just as soon as I got back, which was right before the New Year's, and it just arrived today, literally today. So this is going to be an unboxing for you guys. It is the voluntary upgrade program for the Sig P320, and I want to talk to you guys about Sig Sauer, their customer service, kind of go back into what has happened, what's come to light with the P320 as the drop failure, the trigger issues that they've had have come to light. More and more information has come out, and I just want to kind of discuss that with you guys right off the bat. So here we go. Not wasting any time, I'm going to get right into it. Got this wonderful Damascus blade I'm going to do a review on for you here pretty soon. And this is it, man. I'm cutting right into it. This is one take only, so get into it. Sure enough, here it is. Super excited about this, and you will see what I see. Oh, they've got a zipped strip here. Let's see if I can get in there and undo it. There we go. And there it is. So first and foremost, Youth Handgun Safety Act. Let's go ahead and put this knife up. A new owner's manual right here. Here is a 25% off your next order coupon valid through Sig Sauer, which is nice. They gave me a Sig sticker and a morale patch. The P320 morale patch, and here it is. I'll get close-up pictures of all of this stuff so you can see it a little bit better, but they wrapped it up. I can tell you, I shot about 200 rounds through it, and I didn't clean it, and I sent it in. I'm interested to see what they did with it. They got a chamber flag in here, so okay, that's nice. And there it is. There she be. So let's check it out. Obviously it's empty, and we're going to go ahead and take it right apart, and I'll get close-up pictures of this for you guys. It looks as if they did some cleaning on this. I can see some grease in here that they've added in. The barrel's nice and clean. Yeah, so they went ahead and did a nice cleaning on it. Oh yeah, I can tell back here in the striker area that it did get cleaned up pretty good. So not too bad there. So let's get it pulled back together, and let's show you what the new trigger looks like, feels like. So here we go. There. Let's see if we can get this in here. There's the trigger there. Reset. Not too bad. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, not as crisp as the trigger was before, and I completely understand that there's got to be some difference between it so that there's some more weight to it that would help prevent it from actuating if it gets hit in this manner. So I've seen and heard a lot of different things on Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth, that the trigger does feel a bit different. And that's perfectly fine. I completely understand that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. I will have to definitely see what it's like. So let's talk about what has come about since Sig announced their issues with the P320. Initially, Omaha Outfitters did a video in which they took a 9mm round that was completely empty with the exception of the primer, and they dropped it in this manner right here. They found that if you drop it at that angle, the 320 would discharge, and then they further found that the reason for that was because of the trigger that was in there. Now that naturally sparked a lot of discussion, a lot of outrage by consumers who felt that Sig Sauer didn't do the due diligence of ensuring that their weapons were drop safe. Sig Sauer is actually in litigation right now, as far as I know, and I haven't seen any updates, but they are being sued by a police officer, I believe from New York or somewhere in the East Coast, where his fell while it was still in the holster, went off and shot him in the leg. That happened some months before the announcement of the voluntary upgrade program, and Sig basically saying, hey, we've found an issue, but there have been no issues with the commercially sold P320s. That then sparked a very deep and hard conversation on why the US military, specifically the US Army, would adopt a weapon that had certain issues. Now, since then, we've come to find out that the MHS, or the M17 pistol, does not have the same trigger that the commercially bought pistols came with. So those weapons were not an issue. They should not have had any problems with them going off if they were dropped at that specific angle. However, this is what I have to say. A few months back, I did a video. I'll post it right here. You can guys go back and see my comments back then. I said I was going to wait and let everything simmer down and really take some time to see what's going on, see if more facts can come out, and see what the actual response is going to be, not only from Sig Sauer, but also from the gun community as well. And with that being said, I'm going to put the Sig down for a while, to be frankly honest with you. I'm not very happy with Sig. I'm not happy with the way that they've treated their customers. I'm not happy with basically the product that they produced. Essentially what they did was they took a Sig P250, changed some internal components, removed the hammer, and then put a cost-saving trigger into the P320, and then marketed it to the consumers. When there was an issue that was found, they didn't do what Smith & Wesson did with their M&P Shield, where it had some issues with some of the components in that. M&P, Smith & Wesson rather, sent out to anyone and everyone who had an M&P. They basically said, send it in, we'll fix it, free of charge, period. That was the end of it. Sig kind of was very ambiguous at how they were going to handle it. It's a voluntary upgrade. You don't have to get it because there's been no issues with any weapons sold in the US commercial market, and that is a very, very key point. They said that there were no issues with any of the Sig Sauer P320s that were sold in the commercial market. That being said, they're being sued by a police officer. Don't know if that falls into that realm, but anyway, I'm somewhat disappointed in Sig Sauer. However, this right here, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Sound off in the comments section down below. Should I sell my Sig Sauer P320. It already has the voluntary upgrade trigger taken care of, and I may take it out this weekend to see what it's like on the trigger pull and so on and so forth. But for the most part, I don't know. I'm kind of over. I'm just kind of over Sig right now. Doesn't mean that I think that they're a horrible company. I just don't think that they handled this correctly. And I'd kind of like to see what you guys have to say about that. So really appreciate you guys swinging by. I appreciate you being with me as I open this and check things out. I'm actually kind of impressed with how they've cleaned up my pistol, because like I said, I put about 200 rounds through it, didn't bother to clean it and sent it in just to see what they would do. It came back in good condition. We got some swag here. I mean, that's no big deal. I've got this card here for 25% off. Not going to show you guys the code, so you're not getting that. And some other information here. So tell me what you think. Is this something that I need to hold on to, or should I just put it back out on the market and see what I can do to make up some of the money that I put into it already, time and effort and everything else? Sound off in the comments section below. Really do appreciate you guys swinging by, and I have another unboxing coming up probably this weekend. So again, thanks for swinging by. I really appreciate it, and I'm sitting down, no high five. We'll catch you later. Take it easy, y'all. If you made it this far in the video, then I'd really appreciate you guys would consider subscribing. You can do that right here. Or if you want to check out some other videos that I've got going, check them out right here. If you like the hoodies and shirts that I'm wearing, that's Revolutionary Patriot. I got a link to their website down in the description below with a discount code. And as always, keep on dropping those bells and shells. Thanks, y'all.